Hey y'all, it's Megan. Welcome back to the channel. Glad y'all are here today. Come spend some time with us today. We're gonna be busting some wood on this cold day.
That it is. It is cold. As you can tell by the way we're dressed.
We're almost out of this cold weather though, and hopefully by the time you see this, it'll be done starting to warm up a little bit.
I sure hope so. So guys, while the tractor's warming up, I'm going to address the elephant in the room that everybody's been asking about in the comments. I know all of y'all have seen our new big orange tractor we've got here. So this is a Kubota M6060. Bought it at Riddle Tractor. I've done business with Riddle Tractor for many years. Throughout my lawn care years and everything. I mean, honestly, I've dealt with Riddle since probably 2008, I think it was. I believe that's when I bought my first mower from Riddle. Excellent service you get from them boys. You're interested in Kubota equipment, check out Riddle Tractor. Anyways, this is a 60 horsepower Kubota, 4-wheel drive, full-size tractor. This is something that I've wanted for many years. I mean, many years. And on our last video, we mentioned K&H tractors. He had one identical to this one, and that somewhat persuaded my decision to go with the Kubota M6060. I came down to this or a John Deere 5060E. And honestly, I am a John Deere man. I love my John Deere tractors. And I still think that John Deere tractors are built great. I have no complaints with John Deere tractors. But our local dealer, I just couldn't get him where I wanted him to be on price. I mean, it's as simple as that. I've got a long history of working with Riddle Tractor. And, well, this is what I ended up going with. So far, y'all, I love it. It's got about, I think, 16 or 17 hours on it now. So, I mean, I've used it a little. We've had it right out a month. It's been cold, you know, it ain't been a whole lot of tractor type work going on. I got the added rear wheel weights. Got the cast centers there, which weigh about 500 pounds a piece, I think. Plus, the rear tires are fluid filled, and so I've got a lot of extra weight on the back of this tractor, which will allow me to pick up a lot of heavy stuff with the front end of this tractor. Now, I know somebody's probably going to say, well, Andy, why in the world do y'all need another tractor? You've already got a barn full of them. And you're correct. Matter of fact, right after we bought this tractor, I had that question from several people around here. Why in the world? What are you going to do with another tractor? Well, the simple answer to that question is we didn't have a full-size tractor with a front end loader on it. I have considered buying a loader for my John Deere, my four-wheel drive John Deere that y'all see. And they're just expensive. You know, it's hard to find a used loader. And if you go buy a brand new loader, well, at that point, well, I mean, you might as well just go buy a brand new tractor. Because they are just expensive, y'all, for no more than what you're getting. So we decided this year that we would upgrade to a somewhat bigger tractor. This is now the biggest tractor that we have. It's, like I said, 60 horsepower. My John Deere 5200 that y'all see in all the videos, it's a 45 horsepower tractor. So I should be able to do more things with this tractor. Should be able to lift bigger logs with this tractor, which I already have. Y'all haven't seen any of that, but I've lifted some really big logs with this tractor that I could have never done with the little Kubota LX 2610 that we have. So, you know, this is going to allow me to do a lot of things, not just here on our farm, but it's going to allow me to do things in my business as well that I couldn't do before. I'll be able to, you know, I already do like a bunch of bush hogging jobs and stuff like that. Well, this, I don't have one right now, but this will allow me to eventually step up to a bigger bush hog, get those jobs done faster. So in turn, I can spend more time here. It will allow me, like if we take down trees or remove logs or anything like that from a customer's property, well, I've got something now that I can lift those logs with and bring them home to where I can mill them on the sawmill or cut them up for firewood, whatever it ends up, you know, whatever the log's suitable for. But there's just so much stuff now that I can do with this tractor that unlocks so many possibilities. Like I said, not just for here on the farm, but also for my business as well. Most of the tractors that y'all already seen here are not very expensive tractors. They've all been bought with cash. You know, they're relatively cheap tractors. This, on the other hand, is the most expensive, honestly, the most expensive purchase I've ever made. So it was somewhat of a big deal to me. And don't get me wrong, I did not take this decision lightly, but I look forward to using it this spring and actually putting this thing to work, seeing what it's made of, and y'all are probably going to get a kick out of this, but see if it can hold up to doing what that John Deere's done for several years. So anyways, we're going to go get to cutting some wood. So before we get started busting the wood, I've got one more dead tree over here in the edge of the woods that we need to go cut up and bring it out here too. So we're over here on the back side of our place where our potato patch is, and I've got a bunch of dead fall trees over here. The one we're going to cut up today, I've already cut some off of. We've got a little bit more of it's an ash. Right there's a stump from it. These ash trees around here get what they call an ash borer, and there's ash trees everywhere right here, and every one of them is dying. So, but they make excellent firewood. These have been laying on the ground probably a year or two, maybe. They're dry as a bone. We're gonna cut it up into chunks, throw it in the bucket, and tote them out of here that way. I would drag this log out to the top of the hill and cut it up there, be less trips back and forth with the tractor, but it's a really tight squeeze all the way up through there and around a lot of trees and stuff we have to navigate around. So I choose to do it this way. It works just as good. Put my 3 helpers here to work. Hey, I tell you what we'll do. When we go back out, we'll get the wood splitter started up, and y'all can stay up there and bust a little bit, and I'll come back and be getting loads. That way we can get more done. Right there's that little bridge we made a couple of years ago. Up and out of here. I'm gonna get you fired up. So I say let it run for just like a minute or so, let it warm up, then throw the throttle wide open. You know how the rest of it works. On these chunks over here, I had to watch out. I was a little worried the wood might be getting a little soft, because you see those mushrooms there growing on the bark. A lot of times that indicates that the wood's starting to rot, but I believe it's just on the bark. That's all nice and solid. Those are some nice chunks of wood right there. I'm out of breath now. Alright, that's all of that log except for that end chunk out there. I ain't got enough room to put it in the bucket, so I'll get it later. But I think that's all I'm going to haul out of here for now. We've already got a pretty good load up there at the bus, so, but there is still some in here. All that there. We got one more log right there. I can probably cut these stumps down. Got one right there too, and get more out of that. And there's just dead trees everywhere. Right there's a dead locust, right there's another dead locust. That makes good firewood too, although I do believe that one back there is hollow. It don't look that special. But anyways, guess I'll get this out of here, and I'll go up there and help him get that wood busted. But we don't burn wood ourselves. This is just another way to make a little bit of extra money during the winter months when things are slow. The customers I sell to know that this wood is not seasoned, but they also know that it's dry wood, so it's all good. We all have a good agreement there. Right there's a great big red oak that I got to tackle sometime soon. I think we got a pretty good saw log, probably 2 saw logs in that tree, and a whole bunch of firewood up here towards the top. I'm not 100% sure that one might actually be too big to go on my meal. And if it is, if it ends up being too big, I guess we'll just cut the whole tree up into firewood. I don't really want to do that, but if it's too big a diameter to go on our sawmill, there ain't a whole lot of other stuff we can do with it. I mean, I guess unless we sell it to somebody else or let somebody else mill it, but I don't know, in some ways the firewood is just as valuable as the lumber is. You ain't got to tote them all the way around there, unless you just want to. So when we're busting wood like this and we have a bunch of big pieces, I like to take and bust the big ones up with my maul first. That way you don't have to lift those heavy pieces up on the wood splitter. That's good, Jacob. y'all, we run out of gas.
Yep, about quitting time.
So I guess that's a sign it's about quitting time. But I'm gonna tell you, these two youngins back here now, they tired. They ready to go to the house, but I couldn't be more proud of them. Yeah, and they're cold. But right there is what we ended up getting done today. I believe we've pretty much got us another dump truck load there. But I guess we'll try to sell it here before long and get it loaded up. Once, I guess probably tomorrow, I might come up here and finish busting what's left. And I mean, there's still we still got a lot of wood left laying here.
Yeah, but it ain't nearly as much as we had laying here.
No, it ain't. We went down on this pile, that's for sure. But let's get this wood splitter hooked up and we'll get to the house.
Yep, Mr. Lawson here is treating me to some Mexican food tonight, so I don't have to worry about cooking supper.
That's right.
Whenever we do go out to eat, occasionally, it's usually Mexican food, because that's something we can't get at...
something we can't make at home.
Yeah.
Well, we can, but not as good as they do.
Yeah, I like the way they make it, so...
But anyways, y'all, I hope you enjoyed watching us work today. And maybe you learned a little something. And like always, we'll see y'all on the next one.
Y'all have a good one.
Talk to you later.